Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Once again, when Clarence Avant, the Black Godfather, the founder of Sussex Records, died, an image was syndicated with him and Diddy and Jay-Z. And I pointed out that day, which was shortly before Jay-Z and Diddy turned 54 years old, that Clarence Avant had established Sussex Records 54 years earlier. And I said I thought the image foreshadowed that we'd see Diddy and Jay-Z go down at age 54. Well, of course, Diddy did go down at age 54, and Jay-Z got to make it to age 55. He just turned 55 4 days before the rape accusation, the accusation coming from the same woman who was reportedly 13 when it happened, and she said it was Jay-Z and Diddy involved. But, of course, while Jay-Z was 54 years old, the rumor mill had begun that he would be going down after Diddy, and that they were connected in some of the wrongdoing. Well, let's talk about this coming 4 days after Jay-Z's 55th birthday, or you could also say his 5th day of being 55 years old. This is the same woman who filed the charges against Diddy on October 21st. She's now added Jay-Z to the lawsuit. We're going to get to why she waited the amount of days she did. But again, if you're new here, what we talk about is the significance of numbers in the Kabbalistic practice of Gematria. You learn this simple code of A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, like the Jackson 5 once sang about. We all saw what they did to Tito Jackson earlier this year on the 5-date numerology, RIP. That was 15 years after MJ, when 15's the fifth triangular. But again, that song, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, it's pretty much what Gematria is about. And when you write out MTV, for example, M's the 13th letter of the alphabetic order, T's the 20th, V's the 22nd. You put the letters together, MTV's 55. The story is that Diddy and Jay-Z raped a 13-year-old after the MTV VMAs. And VMAs are the same thing with the alphabetic order. VMAs are 55. As for Diddy, who just turned 55 years old November 4th, again, he's born a month before Jay-Z. Don't forget they set his trial for May 5th, 5/5 at age 55. And you might recall that when Don Richard came out, and it was the news, especially on the day of this year's MTV VMAs, but you might recall she filed a suit against Diddy saying that she had proof that he beat Kim Porter. She filed that on September 10th, 55 days before Diddy's birthday at the time. And you can see MTV's 55 when you use the alphabetic order with numerology. MTV's 10, like she filed it on the 10th of September. And again, 55 is the 10th triangular and the 10th Fibonacci number. And she was on MTV's Making the Band with Diddy. Making the Band, when you apply numerology to the alphabetic order, is 55. Kim Porter's 55 when you apply numerology and run the alphabetic order in reverse. Don Richard was 41 years old at the time, which went with the group Danity Kane. And there were a number of other things to this, again, explaining the significance of who's behind this. Again, it's the Jesuits that gave us the language and the calendar and synced up this system. And again, there's a reason R. Kelly went down at age 54 and was sentenced on, or was found guilty on September 27th, the anniversary of the Jesuits being recognized by Rome. We'll come back to that. But yeah, 55 is the main point right now. And then just another point. Again, this woman who was 13 at the time, she filed her lawsuit against Diddy on October 21st, which was 49 days before she filed her lawsuit against Jay-Z. And remember, bad boy equals 49, and it goes with Diddy getting arrested 49 days before his birthday. And you might recall at the time we covered how it was connected with Kamala, who went to Howard like Diddy. And again, Diddy's connected to the election because he's Mr. Rock the Vote. He's Mr. Vote or Die. Kamala's the 49th VP in the history of the United States. Her name in Gematria, Kamala Harris, equals 49. Don't forget what they did to the wrestler Kamala, who was born James Harris. His name also equals 49, RIP to him. Again, he lost to the wrestler Mega right after Trump's 60th birthday, and eventually Trump, Mr. Mega, beats Kamala in the 60th presidential election. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But coming back to the bad boy piece with Diddy or Jay-Z becoming part of this allegation 49 days later. Again, a lot of people never heard of Jay-Z until Diddy's album No Way Out, which came out after Biggie's death. And don't forget how they raided Diddy's home on the anniversary of life after death. But Jay-Z, a lot of people heard his voice for the first time on Diddy's No Way Out album back when he was Puff Daddy. And that album came out July 22nd, but the song on there is called Young G's. And most people thought it was about gangsters. But G, again, that's the symbol of the Freemasons. And it's known that Jay-Z is a Freemason. I'm not sure about Diddy. And G is also important to the Jesuits who created modern Freemasonry. Their headquarters is the Church of the Jesuit. But notice, from the anniversary of that album to December 8th is 139 days later. Freemasonry equals 139. Tupac Shakur in that same cipher is 139, like how he died on 13/9, and shortly after his death, Diddy and Jay-Z's fame came to be. But 139 and 49, they're connected to this country. They're also connected to Freemasonry. The word Scottish is 49, as in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. 49 is the 33rd composite number. That's the highest degree of the Scottish Rite. It reminds of Diddy's father getting murdered at age 33, connected to Frank Lucas, portrayed by Denzel, Jesuit educated at Fordham. Again, we've covered all these greater links in past videos, but America has the 139 connection like Freemasonry, fitting for a nation created by Masons. And again, secret societies, secret knowledge in plain sight. Anyhow, the date of the No Way Out album, 22/7, it's a bit like 227, the 49th prime. Again, Bad Boy, these 49 rituals. Again, Diddy arrested 49 days before his own birthday. But with regards to the Jesuit part, again, the Church of the Jesuits, the Jesuit headquarters, the Jesuits responsible for modern Freemasonry, the song Young G's equals 27, like Ritual, and No Way Out came out 27 years ago in 97. This allegation against Jay-Z comes on the 27th day of the Superior General's age, Arturo Sosa, whose birthday is November 12th. And also, a big number with the Jesuits is 95. Today's 95 days after Beyonce's birthday, who looks like she's going to be an independent woman in the near future. And again, it's kind of like how R. Kelly got found guilty on the day, leaving 95 days left in the year. If only he could fly out of prison. But yeah, we'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. It's more news by the numbers, and you know who called it first. Again, go back and watch my video from the day Clarence Avant died. We said this is what was coming. These people's time was up. And people will just be so excited when that trial comes around. A 55-year-old Diddy on 5-5, where Jay-Z will probably become a part of it. And again, these things are ratings galore. And essentially what they boil down to is distractions. And they are racist as well because, it's black men in the entertainment industry. They're often getting the worst end of it. So if you guys have any other great observations, feel free to leave them in the comments, and we'll leave it there for now. Until next time, Truth Seeker.